Get the work, baby.
Canelo Alvarez has returned to camp, but this time it's personal. After a flat performance against Williams Skull that left fans disappointed and critics questioning whether the pound-for-pound king was slipping, Canelo is coming back with something to prove. He's not brushing off the noise, he's using it as fuel.
Are you frustrated with Williams Skull?
Yeah, a little bit, but
What did you say to him at the end of the fight?
I say to him, you just come to, you can not win a fighting like that, and he say, I'm sorry, it's my first time, and I just try to put a good fight. And
the lack of fire in his last fight has sparked a renewed intensity, and this camp isn't just about getting ready for Terence Crawford, it's about redemption. Inside the gym, the atmosphere is different. Every punch on the pads is sharper, every movement more intentional. Canelo is working closely with his team to refine the angles, power shots, and counter punches specifically designed to deal with Crawford's switch-hitting style. Sparring has ramped up with fresh southpaw partners mimicking Crawford's rhythm and reach, forcing Canelo to stay uncomfortable, alert, and aggressive. Strength and conditioning have also evolved. Sled pushes, explosive medicine ball routines, and resistance drills are all part of the plan to boost his speed, stamina, and late-round explosiveness. But it's not just the body, it's the mind too. Canelo's reportedly been reviewing footage of the Skull fight over and over again, dissecting every slow moment and missed opportunity. He knows what was missing, and now he's making sure it never happens again.
That's a mediocre mind. Because they come just to survive, to go to the 12th round. That's a mediocre mind. You need to put a good fight there and put great show. You know what I mean?
Do you think Crawford will employ the same tactics from boxing?
I hope not, because the people deserve a good fight.
Diet, recovery, and discipline have all been dialed into a science. This is not a fighter coasting into another payday. This is a man on a mission to remind the world why he's one of the most dangerous names in boxing.
Mucha hambre o estás ocupado como yo que me gusta jugar golf, creo que llevarte una en la mochila, la maleta, o que estás que tiras en el intermedio, puedes comerte una como para salir los 18 hoyos, creo que es.
Terence Crawford is no ordinary opponent. He's a generational talent, one of the most complete fighters boxing has seen in decades. Undefeated in 40 fights with 31 knockouts, Crawford has unified divisions, switched stances mid-fight with ease, and dismantled elite opponents with clinical precision. His most recent domination of Errol Spence Jr. was a masterclass in timing, power, and IQ. He's fast, sharp, and adapts like a chess grandmaster mid-round.
When you say, I want Canelo, is there anybody in the camp that would say, you're not ready for this?
That's a big boy, he's strong. It's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you will whoop his ass.
Like, yes man type stuff.
I'm not worried about Canelo, I'm not thinking about Canelo.
But here's the catch. Crawford is moving up 2 weight classes to face Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds. That's a massive leap. Canelo has been fighting naturally bigger men for years. Fighters like Callum Smith, Sergey Kovalev, and Gennady Golovkin. And he knows how to carry strength and absorb shots at that level. Crawford, for all his brilliance, has never taken a punch from a true super middleweight with Canelo's power. That's where the danger lies.
What does it do to your two legacies?
Sometimes people talk shit a lot, and when they stay in the ring, they do nothing.
You know, a win against Canelo Alvarez put me, you know, on Mount Rushmore.
Is Crawford good for Canelo? He's a risky opponent, especially given Canelo's recent dip in form. Crawford's speed, movement, and timing can cause serious problems, especially if Canelo's footwork isn't sharp and his output stays low. Crawford is slick enough to outbox Canelo in spurts and tough enough to make it to the final bell. However, the size difference could neutralize much of Crawford's usual edge. Against bigger men, one mistake can change everything, and Canelo hits with bricks.
They talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that, Canelo.
What are the chances of Canelo winning? Realistically, Canelo enters this bout as the favorite, but not by a landslide. His experience at 168, ability to absorb shots, and knockout power all tilt the odds in his favor. If he cuts the ring off well and goes to the body early, he can slow Crawford down and take control by the mid-rounds. However, if he allows Crawford to dictate pace and get into a rhythm, things could get tricky. Prediction-wise, Canelo has about a 60 to 65% chance of winning.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him.
He holds the physical edge and experience at the weight. But if he underestimates Crawford's intelligence or fades late in the fight, the Omaha native could pull off something historic. That's exactly why this camp feels different. Canelo isn't just walking into another payday, he's stepping into war mode. The sting of that underwhelming night against William Skull still lingers, and it's fueling a version of Canelo we haven't seen in a while. Focused, angry, and deadly serious. He knows what's at stake.
I'm fine on both. Like, what are the differences between them? Canelo's stronger and he's easily hit. He's very easily hit, very easily. Compared to when I fought against Crawford, I couldn't even hit. Clean. They both hit hard because and you can see that strength when I was fighting against Crawford. He is very strong as well. So look, yeah, but why does he need to give that much weight? He's pound for pound #1 in the world. Why does he have to go up and fight Canelo?
Because standing across from him won't just be another challenger, it'll be Terence Crawford, one of the sharpest minds and most versatile fighters in the game. And to beat someone like Bud, you can't be average, you have to be great. Canelo is preparing like a man who knows that. He's sharpening every weapon, tightening every flaw, and pushing his body to its limits. The goal? Leave no doubt, erase the memory of Skull, and remind the world exactly who's still sitting on the throne. But make no mistake, Terence Crawford isn't coming just to test Canelo, he's coming to take everything. The Omaha native is chasing history, stepping up 2 divisions in a daring attempt to become boxing's first 3-weight undisputed champion in the 4-belt era. For most fighters, that kind of leap would be madness. But Crawford isn't like most fighters. He's methodical, cold-blooded, and brilliant.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not
Kovalev was older.
He breaks opponents down like puzzles, starting slow, downloading patterns, then flipping a switch and taking over. He's not just fast or sharp, he's surgical, and his ability to switch stances mid-fight adds layers most fighters can't solve. Yet, for all his brilliance, this will be the deepest water Crawford has ever entered. He's never fought at 168 pounds. He's never been hit by someone like Canelo, whose body shots alone can change the course of a fight. Crawford will be the smaller man, giving up size, strength, and experience at this weight.
Don't get me wrong, he does have a lot of power. But all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is not.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo though?
It's a tough fight.
Still, you can't count him out. His fight IQ is off the charts, and if Canelo slows down or gets too comfortable, Crawford will find those cracks and exploit them. That's what makes this matchup so compelling. It's power versus precision, size versus skill, and legacy versus legacy.
Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more, try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching him, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude.
And while Canelo is training to remind the world who he is, Crawford is training to prove he belongs among the all-time greats. 2 champions, 2 legacies, 1 moment to define everything. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters for more hard-hitting analysis, exclusive updates, and all things boxing. This is where the fight lives.